everybody, and I mean everybody, is expecting the Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined to shock drop before the actual release happens on February 17th. A lot of people are even predicting it's going to be happening this upcoming week. A lot of people are saying it's going to be happening on February 1st. These are just rumors. They're not confirmed, right? We're all expecting it. We're all on the edge of our seats waiting to see what's going to happen with this release because it's the most hyped sneaker to come out in a little bit of time. But hear me out, right? What if the Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined doesn't shock drop? Then what? Guys, in 2024, I'm on that road to 20,000 subscribers, and we're going to be doing several giveaways on the channel. Next giveaway is going to be at 15,000 subscribers, and at 15,000 subscribers, when we hit that, we're going to be giving away a pair of sneakers in your personal size, whatever size you want, any sneaker you want, up to $500 in value. And we'll be doing those giveaways on the live streams that we do on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're new to the channel or haven't yet already subscribed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I got a ton of dope content dropping all year long. So as soon as we hit these goals, we're going to give away some sneakers. All right, now let's talk about these Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined, because obviously we all want the shoe, right? And personally, I do expect something to happen. I hope it's a shock drop. I hope it's not exclusive access or a sneakers pass or anything like that. I at least want the chance at the shoe. Whether I take an L or a W on a shock drop, I at least want the chance, right? But if they do exclusive access or something like that, or they do a sneakers pass, right, it cuts down a lot of people's actual, real ability to secure the sneaker, right? It lessens your chances if they do that. But even though I do expect a shock drop, nothing's been confirmed. Nike's never said that they're going to do anything. Jordan Brand's never said that they're going to do anything. This is basically the sneaker community just taking a hard look at what they've been doing, over the past year or so, and they've been doing a lot of shock drops. So we're all, I guess, feeling like we're entitled to one, but we're not. So it's possible. It's possible that we don't see a shock drop, right? And I think a lot of people aren't necessarily ready to hear that. Although, guys, I do want a shock drop, right? But if these do not shock drop and they do go ahead and release the majority of the pairs that they have on release day, it might break the internet. Now, if you remember when the Air Jordan 1 Chicago Lost and Found dropped, this broke the Nike sneakers app. People were getting signed out of their accounts. They weren't able to submit payment. People had to wait hours for their W or their L. And they did a shock drop for this. They did exclusive access for this. They put out a whole bunch of pairs early, but then when the release day happened, it basically flooded all the servers that Nike had, and it basically broke the Nike sneakers app. It was trending on CNN at the bottom of the screen like a sneaker release, which really doesn't happen. Like, it made the national news, you know what I'm saying? And I think if these Bred 4s, if they don't shock drop, I think that the release could probably be a lot more like this release, where it's really, really tough to get the sneaker. Originally, I was kind of thinking it would be more like the White Cement 3 release, just because they were saying 500,000 pairs. We were all assuming that there would definitely be a shock drop and a whole bunch of pairs would be put out, and then, you could do your raffles and pick them up at retailers and things. So I thought, it probably would be more like this release, right? And it still might be, depending on what happens, but I don't know, man. Like, if they don't shock drop these pairs, it's going to increase the demand a lot more so, and I think that you could run the risk of taking some serious L's on release day, probably more so like the Air Jordan 1 Chicago Lost and Found release. Now, the Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined is a sneaker that is probably more popular than the White Cement 3s, because 4s are more popular than Air Jordan 3s at this current time. 4s are basically king of the sneaker community when it comes to Jordans. So, when you have a OG colorway like the Breds, people are coming out for that shoe. People that haven't picked up a sneaker in years are coming out for this shoe. So this is going to be a sneaker, man, that it may not be the easiest sneaker to obtain, right? Whether they do a shock drop or not, man, like, everybody wants multiple pairs of this shoe. And, it almost seems like even the sneakers that are dropping, before it, like, it almost seems like people don't care about it, right? Like the Jordan 6 Yellow Ochres, man, they didn't even really put out that many pairs of that sneaker, and that sneaker is sitting. We're about to see the Air Jordan 3 Craft Ivory, which is a really dope sneaker, and I know a lot of you guys said that you guys will be going after this when it drops and things like that, but are people really going to go after it and spend their bread money, instead of, saving their money and trying to get as many pairs as they can for that shoe? Who really knows, man? But it almost feels like until the Bred 4 Reimagined drops, nobody cares what's going on with any other sneaker release. Now, I don't see the Bred 4 Reimagined dipping below $300 before the actual release day. And if they don't shock drop, man, like they're probably going to stay in that $400, maybe even go up a tad bit before the actual release day. If they don't shock drop or put out any more pairs, man, like it may be time to consider paying resale before the actual release date happens. I hate to say that, right? But like, you know, it's a real possibility. It's just, this is the most hyped sneaker to come out in a minute, and everybody wants it. This one's going to be tough. All the little mom and pop shops and tier 0 stores, man, all them pairs are already gone. They're out on the streets. They're for sale on GOAT, StockX, eBay, Instagram, you know what I mean? Like, they're already out there. Just go on StockX and look at the number of sales for the Bred 4 Reimagined. Like, there's thousands of sales of this sneaker already, you know what I mean? So all those pairs are already gone. Like, our only hope is like, maybe like Foot Locker, Finish Line, JD, the Nike Sneakers app, and some other stores that do things, you know, above board and stuff like that. But guys, there's thousands and thousands of pairs already backdoored. This is going to be a tougher sneaker to pick up than I think a lot of people even think of. So, you know, make sure you guys put in all your footwork. Make sure that you guys do everything you got to do to, you know, successfully cop this shoe, because this one's going to be tough, man, especially if they don't shock drop these pairs, right? I hope that they shock drop them. I'm really excited to see a shock drop. I want this sneaker. It's a must cop for me. I know it's a must cop for you, but let me know down in the comment section if you really think we're going to see a shock drop for this sneaker this upcoming week. As always, I appreciate your time, your attention, and all the support you guys always show me. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you all in the next video real soon. I'm out. Peace. For more sneaker content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you never miss a video.